I really want you guys to understand that time is running out. And a lot of black people say that, but for real. Black people have always had a certain amount of moral currency that we have been using. And let me be the first to tell you, that's used up. Now, forget hating black people and not hating black people. They just don't care. You can't be the proud, noble fighter when every single time someone sees a person that looks like you on television, they're acting like a damn fool.
The IOF, or identity-obsessed fan, is a low self-esteem fan. A mindset that once takes hold of a person comes in many forms. They're full of insecurities, needing to be self-assured at all times, which is why when they consume entertainment, they're not looking to be entertained, but only to be affirmed and validated. They rely on external sources to solidify their shallow confidence. They're full of fragility, unable to appreciate anything with a sense of depth, only attracted to surface-level presentation. The only thing they value is identity and follow the religion of representation. Whether gender, race, sexual orientation, disability, etc., the list keeps going.
After all the anime that I have seen, I am convinced that Japan has maybe like 5 niggas max that live there. I have seen very little good representation of black people in anime and manga. And I'm also convinced with the Japan Negro 5 that Japan knows where all 5 of them live at all times.
Representation was always something that wasn't really done very well. In particular, speaking to black characters, you don't see too many black characters.
There's so much entitlement that comes with the IOF low self-esteem fan. I've said in many previous videos that a common trait amongst these types is that they feel more entitled to your work than you yourself.
Anime is really influential, but if we actually look at it, how many black characters are there in the shows? How many black folks are the voices? But yet, there's only like a little few of black characters in anime. There's actually black people in anime. What, the animals? Right? Because that's what they see us as, right? You gotta understand what messages they put in certain episodes. Because it ain't just evolving. It also shows where racism comes from. I know when I watch anime, I be like, where the f*** is my people at? Because I'm tired of seeing these pale folks up here. Please. Because I really want to see black animes. It ain't enough.
Like I said, it's never enough. Trying to please these types is like trying to fill a bottomless pit. You're the one that looks foolish in the end. Even if you feel as if you met their exact demands, you only get caught up in a whirlpool of the endless requests and demands that will drag you down into the bottom, drowning out any creativity you thought you once had. Then there's the damned if you do, damned if you don't trap that many fall into. The never-ending maze of routes to choose from that only leads to dead ends. On one hand, if you choose character designs or themes to do representation, you'll be accused of upholding stereotypes.
It's always a low taper fade, cornrows, and a gigantic afro out to here that's perfectly round. I don't rock with them giving Luffy an obviously black afro and him getting like a power-up or some shit from that. That shit's weird, dog.
Black characters have the stereotypical features, the big lips. They had these traits, these stereotypes with them that, I mean, even up to now, it's hard to find black characters that we want to like cosplay or resonate with. You don't depict us very nicely, you know?
Then on the other hand, if you choose not to approach these designs, you'll be accused of whitewashing or taking some type of Eurocentric approach with your characters.
The low taper fade is something that you can even see white dudes wearing.
Again, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like I said, it's a maze or labyrinth created by the IOF low self-esteem fan you'll get lost in. Each route leads to a new dead end. As a creator, it will leave you frustrated, yelling at the screen or wall like, make up your goddamn mind. What do you want from me?
What more do you want from me?
This type of attempt at appeasing them leads to full-on resentment. It's like dealing with children in the toy aisle, crying, stuck in the mind phase.
I want, me, mine, now.
And of course, the IOF is just another category of the AMT, activist-minded type. They're incapable of being a true fan in any sense. They see what you created only as a tool to further some activist cause of personal desire or selfish agenda.
A lot of anime and manga like rides on the back of like sexism and racism. If your revolution is not intersectional, then it's doomed to fail.
So with this Asian boycott, are we also boycotting anime? Everything. Asian, Korean, Japanese, whatever it is. Anime is included in that, right?
These types are the first to accuse someone of cultural appropriation, but are the first ones to embrace it themselves. Irony and contradiction is built into their mindset and behavior, claiming to be fans of anime but are anything but. True fans understand anime as a Japanese art form, but it has become so popular there are those who haven't come to that realization and will never do so. To them, Japan is to be damned as a country in what they choose to create. All that matters to the IOF low self-esteem fan is that everyone caters to them at all times.
I just want a bicycle!
Why are you yelling at me?
Anime has become so popular that it is now entering the ideological subversion phase.
What is your spiciest anime hot take?
Black people would have got to anime first if it wasn't for slavery.
Basically trying to subvert Japanese traditions, culture, and just way of being to flip it inside out. Even outside of anime, with Japan being a hot tourist spot of a country being overridden of tourists who display low-class behavior found in spoiled children, almost competing in a contest of who can be the most disruptive nuisance to a foreign society. And because of the rise in popularity comes with this out-of-nowhere influencer sphere of people doing their best to degrade Japan and ruin the reputation.
Someone needs to explain to me why Asians are so afraid of the sun. Like, I promise you, it's not that bad if you go a little darker. I promise. I feel like, the little differences in like shades that they notice in between each other people don't notice that. Like, if you ask like other races, we don't notice if this person is lighter or darker, like if it's like a few shades, Honestly, like personally, like I like Asians that are more on the darker side. Like honestly, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Y'all need to let go of whatever white supremacy thing you got going on, because I promise you nobody cares about this as much as you do.
Very typical of these low self-esteem types, having a sense of jealousy leak out of them, looking at what others are doing, minding their own business and unable to let them be, taking offense to how others live their lives and falling on the exhausted talking points of racism. Then when seeing such an admirable culture full of history, of course you have those attempting to claim ownership of it.
Have you ever heard of the black shogun, Sakanoye no Taramaru?
Sakanoye no Taramaru was a black shogun. So yes, we were kings.
Like they're purposefully trying to fulfill the meme themselves. And all of this is just tiring to see. These guilt-tripping tactics of trying to cry bully their way to creators to make them submit, bend the knee, bend over backwards, that may still work on mainstream older creators who are blind to the current landscape and easily made to feel false remorse, but the new class of creators who are based, these cries from overgrown children fall on deaf ears. They laugh at these demands, in fact mock them, pointing out the insecure mindset behind them. Which brings me to this clip from Aaron Magruder, creator of Boondocks, a brave and bold creator I have immense great respect for, who received a lot of flack in his day for certain portrayals that were very honest in his way of storytelling, getting certain points across. Points that can only be understood by the mature, objective mind that doesn't take everything personally and gets ruled by emotions and feelings. And in this speech, it's almost like this man could see in the future, predicting the attitudes that no longer fall victim to these guilt-tripping methods, but will refuse them.
I really want you guys to understand that time is running out. And a lot of black people say that, but for real. Part of why the civil rights movement has been so successful, and part of why those who have come after in terms of our leadership have been able to maintain a presence, is that black people have always had a certain amount of moral currency that we have been using. And let me be the first to tell you, that's used up. White America has been watching us act like fools for a long enough time where any sympathy they may have had to our plight is completely gone. You're approaching a country that, forget hating black people or not hating black people, they just don't care. You can be talking about affirmative action, they can be like, I don't care. It literally is of no importance to me. I don't care about slavery. I don't care about segregation. I don't care about you. I don't care how many of you all go to jail. I don't care at all, because I'm broke. You can't be the proud, noble fighter when every single time someone sees a person that looks like you on television, they're acting like a damn fool. How would they know? How would they know you're not a damn fool? They're going to talk to you? Yeah, right. This is what we're facing. Now, this was not a very motivational speech because I'm not a motivational speaker. I got to be honest. So wait. That don't matter to me. I'm a critic. That's what I do for a living. I'm not here to tell you you can do it because you know what? Maybe you just can't do it. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real. I hope you can do it. I hope to God you can do it. You better do it. Because if you don't, will you suffer? Yeah. But oh, your kids are going to catch hell. You guys are it. Don't think about Jesse. Don't think about Al. They will not be there. And quietly, well, let me stop.
But that's all I have for this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. I swear a lot of times I'm like someone volunteering to go over the hills to deliver some words at the risk of so much, like being called a traitor or something. But I hope the creators who need to hear this will, and those who are possessed by the IOF way of thinking, to me they are a lost cause and must find their own way out of that maze or labyrinth way of thinking. My focus are the future creators to restore the purity that creativity should be handled with. Also, if you want to support the content I create, consider joining my channel and becoming a member. It's much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Free think. Peace.